Jason, it's game day and I'm ready to go. I've got my Noles game day cap on. Hey, it's game day. How about a little eye black? That's right, we are in the spirit. Hey, I've got my glove on because we are in left out. Wait a minute, we're not left out, we're right in the mix of things. Got my glove in case a home run is hit. Athletic Director Stan Wilcox just told the crowd, get ready because we're bringing home a national championship back to Tallahassee, and that's all they had to hear. Florida State needed a fantastic finish, and they got it. Jameis Winston to Kelvin Benjamin right here in this end zone. Well, Gene, I can't let you go with giving us a little taste of what we might hear on the air. Give me something, because, I mean, we got a few days to go.
Winston rolls right, he throws. It's caught, Kelvin Benjamin. Touchdown FSU. Noles are going to win the championship.
Doesn't get better than that, folks. I'm telling you, right here, you heard it first. And I mentioned Menelik Watson. Guess what? He tried to play some fun games with Jameis Winston, went up to Jameis, and Jameis actually played games back with him, put out his hand, shook his hand, said, I'm Jameis Winston, do you know me? And the two embraced, had some fun. I got the beach just to my right, and that is the ferry that you see behind me with the Ferris wheel. But this isn't fun and games for FSU. They have a business plan. The 79th Heisman Trophy winner wears garnet and gold. Famous Jameis wins college football's top prize at the young age of 19. He's the youngest to do so. Good evening, Jason. When you wish upon a shooting star here at Walt Disney World, dreams come true. So roll out the red carpet. Florida State freshman quarterback Jameis Winston is not charged in a sexual battery case, according to State Attorney Willie Meggs. The case is closed.
Jason, how does the decision impact the Noles as a football team?
Andy, I don't think things change. As a team, they have not allowed this investigation to be a distraction. They are not just beating teams, they are winning in convincing fashion. You talked about some of these young guys. You ever try to mentor? Do you ever take time out to talk to some of these guys?
Yes, I do.
When you have a distraction like they have in the last week, how do you get over that? What makes a team kind of come together and make it special?
Well, you can either do two things.
We're going to try to balance it on my left finger here. Look at that, folks. I've got some mad skills right now. Who gets a tattoo machine?
I was just going to ask you that.
Didn't know those existed.
I mean, this is an
learn
odd
everything.
gift.
You learn things in sports, folks. All week here at Daytona, veteran drivers have said you got to be fast with your car, but also make smart decisions. What's for dinner? Come Saturday. I think of the potato in Idaho is mentioned, and maybe that's what's on the menu for FSU. The Noles are a 58.5-point favorite. Thanks to a kind stranger, Kia wound up with bus fare. Still unsure of where to spend the night. By strange luck, she wound up at the homeless shelter. 77th Masters teed off today from Augusta National. My jacket size? A 40 regular. But come Sunday, I won't be getting fitted for a green jacket. And you can't script a better way to end conference play. What's that? Yeah, Noles fans, I can hear you loud and clear from your living rooms. Best scenario would be to win. I'm with you. It's time to buckle up that chin strap, lace up those cleats, and let's get after it. And there are two pitchers who are sporting mustaches saying that success is all because of the stash.
All right, well, that wraps it up. You stay classy, Tallahassee.
This is the best sportscast I've ever had. It's all about the stash. It's been quite the season for Jameis Winston. Hard to believe he's just a freshman, youngest quarterback ever to win the Heisman Trophy. He's been honored with more than, get this, 40 different accolades for his efforts. The one honor that might have been the most fun, being on the David Letterman show last night. I mentioned postseason awards. Today, Jameis topped the Associated Press's All-American team. 4 Seminoles made first team, more than any other school. 6 made the 3 teams, again, more than any other school. So here is the full list of All-Americans. Joining Winston is center Brian Stork, kicker Roberto Aguayo, and quarterback LaMarcus Joyner. Now, Cam Irving and Timmy Jernigan made second team. Telvin Smith came back to do big things. He's playing for a national championship, but wants to play in the NFL. Today, he accepted a bid to play in the Senior Bowl, a showcase for scouts. The game is January 25th in Mobile, Alabama. Giles High School has hired a new head football coach after a 7-week search. They didn't have to go far to find their guy. Giles promotes offensive coordinator Garrett John to head coach. He's a former Leon quarterback, All-State in 1999, also played QB at Florida Atlantic. And the bowl season kicks off on Saturday. 4 games on tap. On December 27th, Marshall takes on Maryland in the Military Bowl. You ask, why are we talking about Marshall? Here at WCTV, we don't forget our local heroes of the gridiron. Rickard's Montarius Levet is a big reason Marshall is in the postseason. He has 28 tackles and 2 interceptions. You're watching one of them right now. Thundering Herd looking to upset the Terps.
do our job and be in the right position when we're supposed to. You know, we got great receivers, so we got to do a great job of covering. You know, we're a man team, so we got to do a really great job of covering the guys, and we got to contain the quarterback. You know, he will make plays if we let him get too comfortable. So we got to bring a lot of pressure.
The Rickards alum, not the only local player on Marshall's roster. Jermaine Holmes went to Valdosta, 82 tackles, 2 sacks. How about Taquan Lang? He went to Lowndes, 33 tackles, 1 interception, and another Valdosta alum, Jarquez Samuel, 24 tackles, 5 quarterback hurries, and they are a big reason why Marshall, 9-4, 7-1 in Conference USA. All right, this week the Noles basketball team gets to see what they are made of. Tonight, they host a 7-2 Charlotte team that won the San Juan tournament FSU played in. Will they beat a Michigan team that FSU came up short against in overtime? Well, later this week, FSU takes on UMass, a squad that's ranked 2nd in the nation in the RPI. Wins against these teams will certainly help FSU's NCAA resume.
We need to center on and concentrate on ourselves, our ability to stay focused and go out and execute the things we feel that we have to in order to give ourselves a chance to win.
And we finish things off with your Fish and Game Report. Peak times are 2 a.m., 2:40 p.m. Busy game tonight.
All right, thanks, Jason.
North Florida Christian pitcher Carson Sands has picture-perfect form. That's why both pro scouts and FSU covet him.
I actually lose sleep over it every night. I sit and lay in bed and think about it.
Standing 6 foot 3 inches tall, many baseball scouts are projecting the hard-throwing left-hander to be a late first-round, early second-round pick in next year's amateur draft.
When you hear that pop, man, it tells you it's going to be a good day. Usually it means you're right in the zone, you're hitting the mitt the right way, and that's one of the things that's one of my biggest pet peeves is the catcher's glove. If it doesn't pop, then I'm gonna feel like I won't feel good that day.
And Sands has quite the arsenal.
4-seam, 2-seam, curveball, circle change.
It'll all be on display at the end of August. The rising senior will participate in the Under Armour All-American game at Wrigley Field.
I'll be sweating bullets for sure. I'm gonna just have a big smile on my face, go out there, have fun, and one of the things I'm going to be looking at is when I'm walking out, I'm going to know there's thousands of fans behind me watching and looking, so, and people back home watching you on TV.
Go! What call?
The quarterback calls out the play. Sounds like a war in the trenches. In a matter of moments, the play whistled dead. So much has happened. Reacting on what you hear. For South Walton's Zach Reese, the play sounds more like this. Pure silence. If I didn't point out that number 26 can't hear, you'd never know.
I like to play it. I love to play it. It's physical and it's hands-on. I get to hit people.
We're very fortunate to have Zach. He came to us as a sophomore from the Alabama School for the Deaf, but they are known as a football school. So he grew up playing football, and it works out well. We use signals, so it fits right in with his sign language.
Any lack of communication is resolved through an interpreter.
He loves football and I love football. We have that in common, and so we think alike on the field and off the field. He's a special kid.
Zach's lack of hearing does not put him in any harm's way. No different from any other football player. Being deaf is not a handicap.
He stops when the other person stops, and his reaction time is very good. So when he feels somebody relax, that's when he'll relax.